Hey guys, what's going on? Main thing I want to talk about today, I said I wanted to be like 5 minutes or so, as far as this particular video, because it's all about the Apush test and what to expect online. First disclaimer, first disclaimer, this test, as far as like importance, is here. Okay, it's right here. Your family and your health, even your economic health, your mental health, your state of mind is up here. You don't have to take this test, even the test that they're going to propose, okay? This is your priorities up here. So don't go to your friends, don't go to your mom and dad and say, hey, Mr. Price is saying that I got to take this test if I want to pass the course. You do not have to take this test, even though it's an abbreviated test, even though it's like going to be online. You do not have to take it. I'm not commanding. There's probably some more important things that may be, of course, on your mind. Maybe you're just a little stressed with the whole situation. Maybe it's something like, with the family dynamics. Maybe it's people's health. So please, I'm not trying to push this as being the most important thing to be concerned about at this time. This is more informational. This is more about, hey, this is going to end eventually the way it is. I didn't say next week. I didn't say 2 weeks. I didn't say 4 or 5 weeks, unfortunately. But it will end. All right. And then the aliens will come down and say, ha ha ha, I see you human insects have been been doing pretty good for thousands of years until the single cell organism is like the superior being, something of that nature. Okay. So it will return. So in the meantime, what the College Board is saying is that, hey, maybe we can we're going to have an online test. And I'm going to tell you how it's going to be a little bit different, how we are going to prepare. And I keep telling you, I think some of you will be interested in doing this. For maybe a reason, it's a good distraction at the time because your siblings are getting on your nerves. You're just, getting a little bit of cabin fever, as they used to say about being in. And you think like, hey, this, like Mr. Price said, this will end. And maybe if I'm able to pass this test, I can get college credit for this. During the time of COVID-19, a lot of colleges, a lot of schools have been waving on one almost, giving you more the benefit of the doubt. This may be an opportune time, and there is some light into this darkness here. There is some good news with all this bad news. So I think some of you will take advantage of this in a way. All right. So main thing I want to say is this: what I'm going to do is that I'm going to talk about the changes, the expectations for the test, some top 10 things here or 5 or 7 things that you guys need to be aware of, and just go briefly about what they used to expect from you. This week, I will go over some more specific things about what I think they might be expecting on here. All right. So anyway, so it's good to see you guys, even though it's in video form. There's a few people here today at the school, like staff members, Miss Brown, Miss Comer, Miss Stainham. She's here all right now. I'm here, and I think with my little coffee, so like that, But listen up to this, even if I know for those people, all this introductory kind of gabbing that and disclaimer that, if you want to move on here, sip of coffee, okay? It's the morning. I've been here early. I've been here walking around, been here talking. I need to ooh, thinking. So I need to do that. All right. This is the time to tell you what the changes are. Test is online only. Test is online. All right. For the first time, all the AP tests are online, including the Apush test is online. All right. That's the main thing. You can do it. Take this test on a computer, smartphone. You can even They're going to have like, if you need to take a picture of some kind of, written response and you send that in. All right. I know many of you are saying like, online, eh? Well, I can just, Google this, Google that, and, get some help on there during this time of the test. It will have a lot of security measures. I'm sure students will be trying to game the system as well. And even though they do your little typing thing, they test that plagiarism software. Look, most of you guys are more than honest. You have integrity. You don't waste your time trying to game the system. You're smart. You're going to be, I'm going to prepare you on here. So don't try to do that. Now, on the other, it's 45 minutes. 45 minutes. It's all you have on it. Usually the usual time is 3 hours and 15 minutes, I believe it is on here. So, and like you would have 2 essays, one short answer questions, like 3 short answer questions, 55 multiple choice. That's what the usual thing is. So 45 minutes. I'm sure it's going to be time. They're going to say like, some kind of thing that, you must, automatic submission after 45 minutes. I don't know how they're going to do that. All right. So 45 minutes for the test that you will take on here. And that's it. Next thing, there are no multiple choice. All right. I know probably for a lot of you, like, you're going to miss that because it's quick, it's easy. I don't have to really think as much, especially if it's stimulus-based response, especially if it's not Mr. Price multiple choice questions. This is going to be the best thing ever. They're not going to have any of that. No multiple choice questions on this test. There are no multiple choice questions on this test. You will not find one. All right. So there are no multiple choice questions on the test. It's all what they call free response. Problem is they were not specific enough, the College Board, about, hey, well, what are those like, free response questions? What is it like, on there? What's the format? Is it going to be essay prompts? Is it going to be DBQs? Is it going to be short answer questions? I'll talk about that a little bit later here. So what is that going to be, that format? They did not give any details, but keep this date in mind. April 3rd, and that will be the next Friday. I will get more details, or you will get more details, or everybody across the nation and the world will get more details about the format, specific format. But what we do know, you will be writing or typing your responses. You will not be doing any multiple choice, but we don't know for sure what kind of format. Another thing we know in Apush, it only goes up to 1945, the end of World War II. So the only Truman that you would have on there is when he takes over as president. He ends the war, Potsdam, Japan surrenders, like the 2 bombings. That's where it would end. But it begins at your favorite part is, pre-Columbian kind of era, like, when you get the Cortez and the Montezumas and your favorite Indian groups, the Nez Perce, the Iroquois, the Colquians in here. It will begin there. Now you got to think, it's 45 minutes, periods 1 through 7. It's going to give you choices in a way. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go over writing this week. Then I'll start reviewing content. We'll do, if people before they take the test, we can do a hangout, or you can just, text me if anything before you take it. I think they're going to give you 2 days to take the test. Options for those 2 days, meaning that like you can do it on sometime in May, whatever that date may be on that day. And then there's going to be another day. I know a lot of students are going to say, take the second day on there. So, or even maybe the first day, because maybe you want to, get it over with and you feel confident that you can take it. So or you're thinking like, well, it's the second day, I can get some inside information from people who've already taken the test. It's not going to be that way. They're going to be doing a lot of randomizing and everything. So it's no real advantage, but they should give you an option about when to take it. Like I say, it will not just be one single day to do this online, as far as I know. Okay. All right. colleges will they said the colleges are going to hey, they'll set these scores. It's just like a regular AP test. We'll see. That's more the college board saying that. I'm going to get more info about that, about colleges saying this. I'm pretty sure because these are exceptional times, as we know. So we don't know, what a lot of people are going to get a lot of dispensation, as they say in the Catholic Church, a lot of, forgiveness in a way, or kind of more kind of like a curvish kind of attitude in a way about your grades and your performance and what you do because of these exceptional times. Okay, then on that note, so I think please give me, text, comments or questions so I can, because if you comment and have a question, I think more people can see that answered in the comments by me. That would actually be more optimal in a way that everybody can get their questions kind of answered that you're still wondering, figuring about, or you're kind of apprehensive about. Or you can always text me. You can always email me. You can always contact me for sure. I'm going to minimize the screen. I'm going to just talk about what the test used to expect as far as writing and just real quickly in a way. Again, I know everybody's like, keep on going here. I kind of got it, Mr. Price. Test, no multiple choice, 45 minutes, free response. I know what's going to happen here. Let's take a look on here with the screen here. What exactly, is what the test used to look like. Used to look like here, this 55 multiple choice questions, and you would have 55 minutes in here. And what would be if you see here, unlike the quizzes that you're taking with me, that you would have, the stimulus response, as they always, like to say it is, that it's, you read this and then you would answer your questions. But now you don't have to worry about that, because they're not going to be on the test anyway. So, dang, that remains on there? Jesus, Mary Joseph. I didn't know that. Boy. What's the point of doing this thing then? I'm pretty sure there's some kind of button I didn't, that would just revert it to, I guess would be the undo, right? Okay. So, but anyway, so that's neither here or there. So like that. So as far as that, so this is, an AP, when it goes through the course exam description, you can always Google that and everything. And the last pages are on there. So, then you had beforehand, what they would do before is they would have what we call these, I think they are, I went too far here. My apologies. In section part B, I'm sorry about this. You can see right here, you would have these short answer questions. Now, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like for the test that you guys are going to take online, it may be a combo of these short answer kind of questions and maybe some kind of like quick, essay response, or maybe not, or maybe just an essay. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually do this week about like how would you respond to either one before we know exactly what is happening, because we didn't really do too much of this just going over short answer questions and writing essays and what to expect in an Apush essay. So what that short answer would be, they would give you the traditional test. You're not going to probably have it like this. They would give you at this time, actually you would have to answer 3 questions, and they would give you, actually 4. The last one, you have an option to pick one from whatever time period. Short answer questions are not really short answer. As you can see here, you have to respond to these 3 parts of it. You would read it, you go through the 3 parts, and then you would answer each one. It's not like, when was Bacon's Rebellion? It's, 1676. That's what you think of when you think of short answer. This is not short answer. All right. So this is really, you're writing complete sentences after opposing primary sources here, opposing viewpoints. That would be the format. The second one was always either a article or some kind of cartoon. And the third one would give you options between periods 1 through 6 and periods 6 through 9. And that's out of the loop now as far as that. That's what it used to be. And then you would have really a total of about 100 minutes here. So that's the traditional one of doing 2 essays. And one would be the using right here all these documents in a essay. All right, so you have 7 documents. You would have to use at least 6 out of the documents to kind of prove your thesis in an essay. Then at the end, you would have more. They would call it like the long essay question in here. And they will give you a choice too as well. Of the essay question, you select one of the questions, one of the 3 to answer. All right. So they will give you 3 prompts and you would have 3 choices and you would choose one of those choices to respond to in the long essay question. So we'll go through that. Now, here's the thing is free response means writing and typing. So they didn't say it's going to be an essay, question. It just means that you're going to be doing some kind of responding. Maybe they want some kind of, this time, a paragraph form because they're revamping the whole format. Maybe they just want just short answer questions. But what we'll do this week, I'm starting tomorrow. I'll come in here because this is what I do. And, I'm still getting paid. I'm very fortunate. So I want to help. There's probably about half, a little bit over half of you probably really maybe into this and maybe want to do good. So because you're thinking about your future. And I'll go over this whole thing about what they usually expect, what is a social thesis statement, what they want in a short answer, what you should be looking for this week. Then I will start going over the content that we need to review. I'll make videos each day like, what about the Cahokians? What about, once, we got the Europeans kind of encountered, like, the native people in the Western Hemisphere, what's going to, and go all the way up until 1945, the end of World War II of that year. That's what I plan on doing. Then, after you're all prepared for the test, you're all ready to be online, you have more details about it. I'll keep on going with the 60s, 70s, all the way up until the 2000s. Right now, nothing assigned, but this is something that I'm going to do. I hope you guys, please comment if you finally get to this part or you understand. Text me. Do whatever you need to do that you're kind of concerned about or apprehensive about. What do you mean, Mr. Price, by this? You said this. You kept on gabbing. You're drinking your coffee and, you're going on about this or that. So make some clarification for me. And I don't know what you guys are doing today too as well, besides like sleeping in, which I don't blame you one bit. And I do want to, I don't know if you get to this part. Please, your static courses, your, web assigns, all those types of work that your professors are probably maybe putting up in state. This is a great time to get A's in your college courses. This is the optimal time for doing that because they're going to be more a little bit forgiving and they're not going to be as stringent, I believe. All right. So they will hold you to a certain standard, but while that standard used to be up here, as I always do get my hands here, I don't think that standard is going to be that high of a bar to kind of reach. It's going to be more like this. Problem I think that you guys are doing, you're probably just getting too lazy in habits. Your brain, I told you, is just getting more in the vacation mode. And you're not keeping up with your work. You're not trying to make sure that staying on the schedule to make sure that this is a time to take advantage of a bad situation in a way. you can do this as far as you used to work. All right, guys. I know that's gonna expect videos each week for a few of you that maybe want to that's going to keep up with me about examining this test and what you want to do. And I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy. Let me know if there's any other kind of concerns or whatever for you. All right, see you guys.